Be ready for the camera. My hair's just too clean and silky.
Needs to be.
Yes, yes. Look amazing. Okay, great. I look amazing.
Okay, there. There you go.
Thanks. You've been indispensable. Okay. Can you close the door?
Yes.
I don't need the background noises of you slaving away in the kitchen. Okay, so it's just you and me. And today is the last episode of All Drugged Up and Nowhere to Go. For this episode, things are going to be slightly different in format, and it will have the Ask Me Anything section. It's going to have me drinking wine. It's wine o'clock somewhere, right, Mystica? And I'm also going to be revealing a brand new act. Oh yes. Now, I'm saying this now before I've even attempted to finish the last parts of this costume and the act itself, which does include me having to perfect my stunt role. It's hard enough in pajamas, let alone in full costume and holding a laser gun. But yes, a little bit of a backstory. So what I will attempt to have at the end of this episode is the full-on lockdown version of the Space Cowboy act that was meant to debut at the end of March, but which was thwarted. The world was prevented from seeing it because of this thing that shall not be named. And so it's kind of just been there, and the bits, you know, that need to finish in terms of getting it ready, I will continue this week to work on and get done, and hopefully produce a not altogether crappy finale at the end of it. That remains to be seen. Now, as far as the home drag king experiment goes, I hope that I've been able to prove that all you really need is a little bit of ingenuity and creativity and a willingness just to have a bit of an experiment and give things a go. And as far as where you would take things from here, should you wish to explore further your drag kinging journey, it's all a case of work. It's not going to come easy, and it doesn't matter where you are in terms of the stage of becoming whatever you're meant to be. What I'm trying to say is you can get a lot of inspiration, and all that is great. And imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Is that a thing? But ultimately, you will only become the best drag king you can be if you be you. And so give it a go. Learn what you can, push yourself, try new things, fail a lot, but work hard at it if you really want to. It is a journey of self-discovery. For me, it has been. And in the 4 years that I've been playing around with the art of performing masculinity on stage and being a drag king, I've gone from one type of drag king persona to an array of somewhat different characters. And I've played around and had things happen on stage through my acts that have been expressions of things that have happened in my life or versions of that. And they also haven't. It doesn't all have to be about serious stuff. It can definitely be poking fun at a lot of things that are happening in your life and in the world. And I think to remember that you on stage, number one, are there as an entertainer and to have fun yourself. And to remember, when it comes to entertainment, everybody's an effing expert. So you are never, ever gonna please everybody. And if you're gonna be doing certain things like contests or getting yourself out on stage, do it with that knowledge that it is your own art. And if you get hung up on people's opinions of your art, then you're not going to get much fun out of it. Words of wisdom there. We're all multifaceted and complex beings, right? And through my drag, I've at least been able to explore some facets of myself and turn them into, hopefully, mildly entertaining and meaningful acts. And that's what it's been about for me. And I'm excited to see where things will go. It could end rather abruptly if I drink too much and then try to do a stunt role, but it's not all going to happen today. And beyond the lockdown, If you do want to catch up with me in real life, do reach out to me at any of my socials. I'm going to be developing a whole series of drag king workshops to try and build the drag king scene here in Bonnie, Scotland. And these workshops will look at different elements of drag kinging, from developing your makeup skills, costuming skills, looking at stage presence, act development. There'll also be guest appearances in the workshops from local drag kings in the Scottish scene. And you can learn a whole lot of different stuff from each of us. So I hope to see some of you in real life. Happy, safe and well. So the final Ask Me Anything for this series comes from a fellow drag king, Clark Fable. And Clark asks, here we go, I am reading this. God, it's a bit too close on my eyes, hang on. There's a bit of realism for you. £1 from Pound Saver. If you had to choose an actor, dead or alive, to play your drag persona, who would you choose and why? And I literally wrote, holy crap, that's a good one. Oh, I'm going to take these glasses off because look, all you can see is my ring light. Ooh, ooh, that's cool. Okay, coming off. So yes, a good question. Thank you for that, Clark. Now, I would say, in thinking about this, there were one or two names that came to mind, and I thought, what type of actor would be a good person to choose for this? Because, you know, of course they need to be somebody that is multi-talented, somebody who aged well, who was versatile and creative, and was certainly not opposed to a bit of a gender blend, and to stepping out of their box, or stepping out of the box, and pushing the boundaries a bit, right? And I had two names now. They would be Glenn Close and Tilda Swinton. Now, I don't know what you think, but I have had people tell me on multiple occasions that I look like I look like Tilda Swinton? I look like Tilda Swinton. I don't know. Wait, let me just see if I can be really androgynous right now. No? Okay. Anywho, I am a Tilda fan. They're a great chameleon when it comes to performance art. They have a fantastic range, and I like to think so do I. I should be so lucky. Roles they've played, I mean, come on. They've had several gender-bending performances on the big screen. Check out Orlando, check out their performance as an 82-year-old man, and I have to say, one of the reasons they gave really spoke to me in terms of why they did that role as an 82-year-old man in Suspiria. Just checking the pronunciation of that. Yes, Suspiria. I said Surprisia in the other take. They said they took on that role for the sheer sake of the fun of it. So that spoke to me a lot. They've played a vampire. And also Tilda has had a role as the Snow Queen, which, if you've been watching this series, you will know that it is in the Snow Queen, in a role, not as the Snow Queen, but as Kai, the boy, that I got my first foray into drag, technically, at the tender age of... I was young. I can't exactly remember. I'm old now. Can't do math. Maybe I should stop drinking the wine. So, if there was anybody who one day, potentially, would want to take a role of playing Dorian T. Fisk, the drag king, and I could have my pick of those people right now, as much as it's a toss-up, I think Tilda gets it. Tilds. Yeah. Thanks, Clark, for that question.
I should be really using a different tool, but
I like your fashionable glasses.
You're right up my nostrils!
oh no!
down.
Have I not taught you anything?
You're pretty.
Your eyesight's bad.
Crashing through the air, devils in the details, leopards in your hair. Oh no, I can see the future. Take another picture, drop it on your tongue, let your body burn down, breathe it in your lungs. Oh no, take me to your leader. Don't forget what you told me, I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing. Watching, waiting, my prey is praying. There's no escaping. Take it to the red line, bring it with the force. Bury deep in your mind, soldier in the war. Oh no, you can't run, but you can't hide.
Waiting there above the ceiling, you'll never see me. Be right there when you need me. A silver